Okay, let's discuss it. Since the style industry is collapsing reportedly, Hermes has ceased producing Birkins. You heard that correctly. The purse that defined the brand, the ultimate prestige icon, vanished all due to one informant who shattered.
My point is, I think it's crazy how designer brands have been selling things for thousands when China sell them on and literally they're so cheap. If the Chinese manufacturers are making the same, like the actual Birkins, and then they are also selling these on the side as well, technically this is an absolute fucking bargain because it's the exact same material as a Birkin.
And a Louis Vuitton that they got at the designer store, because I need to see a side by side. I have to know if there's any discrepancies or any differences, or is it the exact same thing? Because I'm starting to feel ripped the fuck off right now. I got a closet full of this shit that I paid thousands for. And you're telling me it's all been made in China and I could have just gone straight to China and gotten this shit? It just can't be the same. It cannot be the same.
The facade completely open, she didn't merely reveal a few documents. She unveiled a billion-dollar lie that Hermes bags were meticulously crafted by candlelight, and Parisian artisans turns out reportedly they were being churned out in Chinese. Plants with harsh lighting and assembly lines, and instead of managing the narrative or performing high-end damage control, Hermes allegedly did the unimaginable.
I'm not making excuses anymore on this channel. I have done so, I've made excuses for them, but I'm not making excuses anymore. It's quite evident I'm being treated like crap. But you know, I'm a fighter anyway. So I hope tomorrow that I wake up feeling better. It's an absolute joke. I don't get this treatment anywhere else. So hurtful. So wrong. The kind of terms that I would like it to ever be done. In everything I ever do, I feel like I'm honest. I feel like I couldn't lie for the life of me. Whether people believe me or not, that's their choice, whatever. Whether some people hate this video and some people think that I'm being salty, then whatever. I have a lot of respect for the origins of Hermes. I have a lot of respect for where Hermes originated from, the equestrian.
They pressed stop manufacturing, paused influencer campaigns, silent corporate profiles, radio silence.
It starts with 30 distinct cuts of leather and can take 20 hours to complete, 4 hours for just the handle. Put the finishing touches on a Kelly, the most difficult bag to build. Artisans rely on their training and muscle memory to make every bag.
You can continue to expose all of these retailers. Nobody's gonna care.
I am about to crash.
Y'all would never catch me in nothing fake. No fake earrings, no fake bracelets, no fake shoes, nothing fake designer. It's gonna be enough for me.
Out.
It begins with 30 unique slices of leather and may require 20 hours to finish 4 hours. For only the grip, apply the final details on a Kelly. The most complex bag to construct craftsmen depend on their expertise and muscle memory to create every purse. You can keep exposing all of these retailers. Nobody's going to care. I am about to crash. Y'all would never catch me wearing fake. No fake jewelry, no fake wristbands, no fake sneakers, nothing fake designer. It's going to be a no for me out. Now, the biggest mystery in fashion isn't where can I buy a Birkin. It's why did Hermes halt making them, and what else are they concealing? The disclosure wasn't discreet. It was a flamethrower to the label. The whistleblower reportedly. A former logistics chain employee who collaborated closely with Hermes' worldwide suppliers.
And if it is, damn, we all got played. Well, not all of us, but a lot of us. Seriously, please don't tell me I got played. I refuse to believe that there's no difference.
This is why this bag from our factory only costs you 1,000 USD.
Have you all seen that TikTok by the Chinese guy exposing how luxury goods are actually made? The only real difference? China ships the products to Europe, slaps on a made in France or made in Italy label, and boom, luxury? It's ridiculous.
Published over 140 pages of incriminating proof. No ambiguous assertions, just solid figures and firm records, factory bills detailing precise quantities of supplies shipped to and from Chinese plants.
Because I feel like there is absolutely no measure of quality in any luxury house as to what Hermes produces in their items. I needed to sit down and film this video because I feel like my voice hasn't been heard and there's just been absolutely no consideration for how I might be feeling. And why I also think it's pretty unfair on their part to have no consideration for how I might be feeling. Let's just start off with a quick recap. There's no point me just saying Hermes in general because I feel like not every store is going to be the same. And then I got up the courage. I felt intimidated that I just felt scared of going. And then one day, well, not really one day, I gave birth to my daughter at the end of 2016. And then a few months into 2017, I was like, you know what? Surely I can get enough courage up to go into the local Hermes store. Actually, it brings, how stupid is this? I feel like I want to cry.
Dated transport logs tracking purses that originated in Shenzhen and arrived in France just in time for a swift polish, and a Made in France label, a spreadsheet analysis showing that some Birkins cost Hermes under $700 to make.
I was part, you know, I was appreciated by the house, you know, that I was appreciated by that store. That's how she made me feel. She passed me on to someone else who was really great as well. She was a lovely lady, but you know, it all started with her making me feel comfortable to go into the store. Let me just say, I've had another child since that, and I didn't have postnatal depression again. I've overcome that and I feel very proud.
Then were sold for $38,000 or more in luxury stores. Even more shocking. She shared actual footage clips of the assembly lines, dozens of orange Hermes boxes piled in stacks, workers building bags in bulk.
I can't believe I'm actually sitting down to have to film this video. It's actually just ridiculous that it is only laughable. I have to tell you what's happened. Seriously, I have to tell you what's happened, and it is, like I said, it is just mind-blowing and it is kind of just laughable really now. But let me just, this is also not a video me telling anyone not to shop at Hermes, to boycott the brand. I'm not saying that. I'm not here to really tell people what to do.
Not the charming artisanal method the brand promotes in its advertisements. And she didn't halt there. The release included internal PR schedules revealing how every time a factory scandal threatened to go viral, Hermes had a publicity surge planned.
These are pieces of artwork. These artisans train years and years to make one of these bags.
Fabrice is doing the last stitching on a Kelly bag. A Kelly takes around 13 hours to be made, depending on the materials that we make it. Our artisans, they need to do 4 years of training to be able to manufacture a Kelly bag.
Well, Hermes says, made in China, does it feel cheaper? No, that's not quality issue. It's luxury brand washing.
Hermes, you guys, it's time to show off your factories. No, I don't want to wait to go on YouTube and watch a beautiful documentary on show them off right here on TikTok. Let the world see. Okay, get like China. You gotta be ghetto about it. Just let people know.
Typically showcasing a star in a crocodile skin Birkin. No ambiguity, no guesses, just orchestrated diversion. This wasn't a resentful former worker spreading gossip. This was a calculated exposure, timed with accuracy and loaded with evidence, and if even half of what she shared is valid, it's not just a bad media week for Hermes. It's a full-scale luxury deception controversy. When the files surfaced, Hermes didn't share a rebuttal. They didn't provide evidence they didn't welcome. The media into their ateliers to demonstrate everything was legitimate. They dispatched lawyers within days. Hermes initiated a $25 million lawsuit against the informant, accusing her of slander, theft of proprietary information, and violating trade confidentiality laws. Their official statement was about as rigid and polished as you'd anticipate. They claimed the informant's files were partial, taken out of context, and altered to deceive the audience translation. We're not refuting it. We're just litigating it away. Skeptics weren't convinced if this was truly a defamation effort. Wouldn't it be simpler to just prove the purses are crafted in France? Guide the audience through the method display. The craftsmen show the schedule. Instead, they're going full legal juggernaut, attempting to suppress the disclosure under documents and courtroom theatrics. This isn't a brand safeguarding its reputation. This is a brand trapped using lawsuits as a diversion screen delay. The story, intimidate the source. Hope the audience moves on. But in 2025, when TikTok has the focus span of a hawk on caffeine, that approach doesn't succeed anymore. And it certainly didn't succeed this time. As for Kim Kardashian, she and Hermes have always had a very visible, very orchestrated partnership. She's showcased Birkins in nearly every shade, size, and material imaginable. Her social media has practically served as an unpaid promotional campaign, or at least that's what we believed. But according to the informant's leaked PR documents, Kim's posts weren't just spontaneous. They were planned, strategic, timed. Each time a factory rumor surfaced in the news, Kim would abruptly share a Birkin collection tour, flaunt a bespoke bag on the runway, or get photographed, leaving Craigs in head to toe. Hermes internally, Hermes reportedly labeled these moments as priority engagement waves. What does that mean? It means Kim's posts were deliberate countermeasures, a distraction, tactic cloaked in high style. And here's the twist, the payment for all this concealed under partnership fees and brand collaboration language. It wasn't technically hush money, but it wasn't far removed either. The whistleblower even alleges. These influencer moments were monitored on performance reports with metrics showing how each post impacted Google search drops and Twitter sentiment rises, as if Kim's wardrobe could single-handedly restore public confidence, and maybe for a... While it succeeded, but now people are re-examining those old posts with fresh perspective, that iconic crocodile Birkin image she shared in 2023. The same week, informants were reportedly contacting journalists, coincidence or part of the system either. Wei Kim's no longer just the symbol of luxury. She's reportedly part of the concealment, and if more evidence surfaces, she won't be able to PR maneuver her way out of this one. Kim might have been the first name revealed, but she's not alone. According to the informant's latest document release, there are multiple internal mentions of celebrity diversion waves, each one coded with initials, dates, and vague summaries that online detectives are already deciphering. And it didn't take long before fans noticed the code names seemed to align with the public schedules and style choices of Beyoncé, Rihanna, Hailey Bieber. Even Drake the informant alleges these were not coincidences, but part of a suppression playbook, each post reportedly came with a six-figure coordination payment recorded in a promotional file. No brand tags, no advertisements, just lifestyle content with suspiciously impeccable timing. And while none of the stars have verified anything, fans on TikTok and Reddit are already doing what they do best, aligning the timestamps. One thread is analyzing each celebrity post against headlines about Hermes manufacturing leaks, another is tracking stock surges and resale values after celebrity appearances, and it's creating a very damning picture. It's not just about endorsement anymore, it's about complicity. Because if these stars knew what they were concealing and still accepted the payment, they're not victims of bad media. They're part of the system. TikTok is inundated with stitch reactions, analysis videos, and dramatic reenactments of how the Hermes controversy. The practice known in legal terms as product tying is dubious at best and outright unlawful if proven in court. And now the plaintiffs are strengthening their case with the informant's newly disclosed documents. We're talking internal memos mentioning eligibility thresholds, spreadsheets outlining minimum spend requirements, and even emails between sales staff describing how to prepare high spenders into future Birkin buyers. The timing couldn't be worse, for Hermes judges tend to disapprove of this kind of thing, especially when there's documentation, video proof, and public anger supporting it. And here's the real twist. If a judge determines that Hermes engaged in illegal tying, it won't just affect them, the entire luxury framework could crumble, because Hermes isn't the only brand employing this tactic. Louis Vuitton does it. Dior does it. Chanel certainly does it. If this case exposes the secrets of backroom shopping requirements, luxury houses worldwide will suddenly find themselves under scrutiny, literally and reputationally. The consequences aren't limited to Hermes. Anymore, the entire luxury ecosystem is tense. Insiders report that LVMH, Kering, Chanel, and even smaller style houses have launched internal audits, legal assessments, and full-scale crisis meetings following the Hermes controversy. One anonymous executive allegedly messaged a style journalist saying, "We're all scrambling. No one wants to be next on the chopping block. PR teams are already revising their handcrafted in Paris claims and discreetly withdrawing old promotional materials." New internal directives are reportedly instructing employees to avoid promising country of origin claims unless fully verified. Even supply chain units usually hidden behind the glamour are now front and center. Some brands are hurrying to develop transparency, portals that reveal where products are manufactured, hoping to stay ahead of the backlash. And, it's serious when influencers start pivoting. Fashion creators on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram, who once proudly displayed Hermes, Chanel, or Goyard collections, they're now filming candid reviews. Why I'm selling my Birkin and luxury regrets content at unprecedented pace. The shift is here, the fear is palpable, and the style world is learning the hard way you can't fake craftsmanship in the digital era, because somewhere someone has the evidence, and right now they're sharing them. Let's be honest, this isn't just a Hermes issue anymore. If you're a luxury brand observing this unfold, there are only two options: complete transparency or total collapse. Style insiders are already urging brands to release sourcing maps, open up workshop video tours, and publish real cost analyses. Brands that don't, they risk getting grouped with the rest, guilty by silence. Some industry. Observers say this could actually be a pivotal moment. The brands that adapt quickly and admit their flaws might endure the ones that mislead the public with more polished statements. They're already losing the trust battle because consumers today aren't passive. They're observing, they're investigating, they're demanding accountability, and with Diet Prada TikTok sleuths and informants working overtime, no luxury house is secure anymore. Hermes, sued to suppress the informant, responded with screenshots. Now everyone's asking the same thing. If the purses are really handmade in France, just prove it. Until that happens, every influencer post appears suspicious and every luxury promise feels like a marketing pitch lesson of 2025. Screenshots spread faster than silk scarves.